Hi there, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking more about that enough equation. The equation for a happy life. Worth plus power equals safety. If you don't like that word safety, I want you to insert something else like serenity, peace, happiness. I want to discuss more about feeling worthy, feeling worth, feeling a sense of peace about who we are and being okay with ourselves. So many times you'll hear me say worth grab. So a worth grab to me is when I'm looking outside myself from something, someone to fill me up, to give me my worth. And so I call it a worth grab because it grabs me. I think that if I get that, it's going to give me my worth. So if I'm going to, I'll tell you one experience for myself. So I know that I enjoy making money, and I had a job where I was making great money. I went to school for it. I got educated for it. I was certified. I had a license. I was good at it. And I got lots of accolades at this job. And so it was a worth grab. Well, I had to go for a medical procedure, which was going to be a medical leave, an absence from work. And I realized when I had this surgery and I was, in bed, and I felt like a part of me was gone or missing. And what I identified is that my job is a worth grab. It gave me my identity. It gave me my worth. Making that money made me feel worthy. It made me feel important. So when I wasn't making that money, when I wasn't getting the accolades I was getting from my job, I felt worthless. I felt ashamed. I was embarrassed. I felt like nothing. And that's what I mean by we will grab outside of us, and I put my identity on who I was at my job, the money I was making at my job, the way my job made me feel. It was a worth grab. It gave me my worth. So we're going to talk more about worth plus power equals safety. And Einstein said the most important decision you will make is whether you live in an unsafe or safe world. What he's talking about is that if I believe it's safe to be who I am, I'm going to have a positive outlook on life. I may take risks. I may create. I may give myself permission to show up and be part of my life. If I believe I live in an unsafe world, then it's unsafe to be who I really am, who I was created for. It's unsafe to take risk. It's unsafe to be who I am. It's unsafe to be okay. So the most important decision you can make is what kind of world do you live in? Is it a place where you can grow? Is it a place where you can create? And I think this is an important question. And as we work together, you'll notice that I ask questions because we are trying to extract your answers. There may be something that you're doing that you need to stop doing. There may be something that you need to start. There may be something you need to stop. These are really important questions. And we're going to talk more about worth grabs because I work to provide an income, and it doesn't matter whether I lose my job or get a new one or change jobs, my worth is set. So this is really important, and your logical brain will probably understand it, and logically you get that your worth is set. So you cannot earn your worth. You cannot get your worth. You cannot buy your worth. You can't do something for someone to take away your worth. So whether you believe in God or the universe, you were created with worth. The universe gave it to you. God gave it to you. There's nothing you have to do. You were born with worth. So I want you to think about a baby. So when a baby is born, the parents love the baby. Does the baby earn their worth? A baby cries, poops, sleeps, eats. The baby needs a lot. And never is a mother or father thinking, well, they sure didn't earn their worth, or they didn't earn my respect this time to change the diaper. It's given. There's nothing that baby can do. There's nothing that baby has that changes the way the parent loves and takes care of that baby. Now, I want you to, in a logical way, to just know your worth is set. It can't be earned. And we're going to learn how to rewire and retrain our brains. Because even if you can grasp the concept that, yes, my worth is set, how come I still feel unworthy or worthless? So the trick is developing the skill of the feeling of worth, the feeling of worthy, the skill of self-worth. So as we bring our self-worth up, it automatically brings our power up, which everything is directly proportional to each other. So worth comes up, power comes up. What it equals comes up as well. Everything comes up together. So when we think about, I'm wanting to go to a place of serenity, I'm wanting to go to a place of peace, I want more happiness and joy and freedom in my life. It all comes down to worth plus power equals safety. So when we feel more safe to be who we are, and it feels okay because it's safe, then it's directly proportional to worth and power. And if we're not feeling that way, the quickest way to change is to go back to worth and power. So right now, worth equals love. Self-worth equals love. Who do you think you can get that from? Is it outside you? Does your worth come from your job? Does your worth come from a car? Can those things honestly fill you up? The answer is no. The only one that can give you your worth is God or the universe. It is set. Your worth is set. The second part is training your brain to value yourself. So self-worth equals self-love. So how do you do that? It's when we value ourselves, when I take care of myself, when I love myself, I am training my brain I value myself. So we want to find ways to love ourselves, to take care of ourselves. So there are some cultures in other areas of the world that literally believe that taking care of their personal hygiene is a spiritual experience, because touching and, just bathing and rubbing soap and massaging and washing and cleansing with water and taking the time to groom their bodies, that is a spiritual experience. And I can see how that is a spiritual experience, because it is self-caring, it is self-loving, it is valuing what we love, and it brings a sense of safety and a sense of empowerment, a sense of peace. So I want you to think of one thing that you can do this week that is a self-care item that tells you, I love me. Now, I want to just bring up a couple things, because a lot of times clients will tell me, well, I'm going to go to the gym because that's taking care of myself. And sometimes going to the gym can be a worth grab. And let me tell you why. Because there's an intention behind it, underneath it. And it's almost like it's camouflage, because we know that being healthy and exercising and going to the gym is what we are supposed to do, what we should do to take care of ourselves. And anytime we use the word I should exercise, I should take care of myself, I should do more for my self-care, we are shaming ourselves. So I want you to be aware of when you say the word should. And it should be a red flag that there's some shame going on. So I should lose weight. I should stand up for myself. I should make more money. I should do my homework. I should is saying you're not good enough. It's exactly the opposite of what we're trying to do right now. We are trying to be loving and nurturing and gentle. So be aware of that word should. And what I like to do is say the word could instead. I could lose weight. I could stand up to my wife. I could make more money. I could do my homework. I could learn to love myself. That changes a lot when we say I could instead of I should. I could opens the possibilities, opens a perspective. So I want you to think of some ways that you have should on yourself, and I want you to look for ways and kind of be the observer of when you notice saying the word should, you replace it with could. The next thing is looking for a self-care item that is loving, nurturing, gentle. And I want you to ask yourself, is this adding to the love I feel for myself, or am I shaming myself about where I need to be? So if going to the gym is your self-care item, I want you to ask, what's my intention behind going to the gym? And if you come up with, I'm out of shape, I'm fat, the doctor told me to, my cholesterol is high, that is not a self-care item. If the reason why you're going to the gym is because it gives me energy, it's time away from my family that I can nurture myself, when I leave there, I feel rejuvenated. My intention is to be strong and healthy. That is a self-care item. So sometimes we make a self-care item a worth grab, because if I go to the gym, that gives me my worth. If I'm going to the gym, that's going to make me better. So be careful about the intention. And when we work one-on-one, we're going to talk more about what your self-care item is. And I just want to go a little bit deeper than what's on the top. Because if you're not used to looking a little deeper, it's easy to look on the surface. So I'm going to share one of mine, a personal experience of a worth grab for a self-care item. So I love massages. I absolutely love them. They're one of my favorite things. And I used to always think that, I don't have a problem with self-worth, or I don't have a problem with self-care, because I am more than happy to spend lots of money on myself. I have no problem spending money on massages and clothes and getting my hair done, and all these things make me feel good, right? So when I dug just a little bit deeper, I realized that underneath that, I was spending money to escape. It was easy to just throw money into the air and call it self-care, when really I was afraid to be alone with myself. I was feeling uncomfortable, and going to get a massage was really a way for me to be numb and not really be in tune with what I really needed. And so I was looking outside myself to get worth. I was spending money on myself to show my love for myself. And there was something a little bit deeper that was revealed to me through asking questions about my intention around getting a massage, around the intention of spending money for makeup or getting my hair done or clothes. So these questions and having these private sessions to really cater this to where is my self-care, first of all? Where is it? What am I doing to show myself I love myself? And where am I with love and respect for myself? So when you ask yourself those questions, then we can kind of gauge what's the next step. And I want you to kind of associate self-worth equals self-care. So if you can't rate the way you love yourself at, a 10 out of 10, then we want to go back and look at how you are showing your brain that you value yourself. How are you showing your thoughts you care? How are you showing your thoughts you're in love with you. And we can break it down to what these items will be. And we're going to work with that privately. And right now, I just want you to watch for those shoulds, replace it with could, and I'm going to have you do a worksheet. I'm going to send so that you can ask yourself some of these questions about worth grabs and where you are on your scale of self-love for you. I'm excited because it does not matter where you are. This equation works. Worth plus power equals safety. It equals peace. It equals joy. It equals freedom. So I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to connect with you. And good luck.